Hello friends, so this video I hope will give the opposite message than the one that is appearing in the pictures that are going across as you watch it, which is an opposing opinion to the idea that it isn't acceptable for us to look the way that we look in this modern day and age. Increasingly over the years, we have been presented with image after image that shows that we should be thin and that we should have liposuction and that we should have all manner of plastic surgery to change the way that we look. I know from personal experience that there's a lot about my body and my face that I don't like. I've put this out there before and I know it's a very controversial and dangerous topic for me to actually expose myself about. As a kid, I had my nose broken, and obviously, lots of children also eat lots of junk food. Increasingly, this appears to be happening amongst children and adults as time goes on, and obesity seems to be increasing. So these are two things that personally I know if I had the money and the opportunity I would like to be able to change. I know if I changed my diet and exercise more, one of the things that I would be able to change easily is my weight. But team, I don't think that if I did change my weight, that it would continue to make me be the person that I am, and that it would actually make me happy. I don't see how going on a diet and exercising and all the things that is expected in society for us to do, which is not initially what I was going to do in talking about this topic on video. I don't think that talking about this subject in this way was how I was going to go about it, but society expects us to conform to a certain standard, so we all end up looking the same. We change things about ourselves via surgery rather than by effort. I know that I could put the effort into changing my diet so that I didn't look the way that I look, but that would then change me being the person that I am. I could still have the personality that I've got. I'm not saying that it would change that, but people are used to me being the way that I am physically, so changing that. Anyway, as I was saying, one of the things that I would like to change is the shape of my nose. I don't know if you can see, but like I said, as a child, my nose was broken. I'm not sure whether or not it was broken at the time that I have said that it was broken at, when I was a kid and I was in a car with my brother and my stepbrother, or if it had already been damaged prior to that, way back when I was in primary school and somebody jumped on my back, which was maybe why I have back issues to this day, and gave me a nosebleed. Obviously, having been jolted may have caused me to have some minor damage to my nose, but at this point, as far as I can recall, I still had a sense of smell. It was only later in life that I lost the sense of smell, having had the incident happen in the car that happened. I'm not going to go into details of that because it's under dispute between myself and other people as to what actually happened in the car that day. Other things that I would like to change is, unfortunately for me, despite having had 2 children and everything, I don't necessarily have as large a chest size as I would like. There is a possibility that going on a diet and exercising could change the size and shape of my chest, but there are people that say that it can decrease even further the size of your chest. I'm saying chest rather than being more specific. People know what I mean, but basically I don't have as large as I would like. There is a joke that I make a self-deprecating joke as to where the size actually went to isn't on my chest, it's elsewhere, which is why I ate properly rather than what I do eat and what the majority of people now eat, which is mainly junk food. Kentucky Fried Chicken / KFC as it's known now, McDonald's, Burger King, buying takeaways, which is all very expensive when we're living on a limited amount of money. Excuse me sounding breathless on my videos, but it's difficult to carry on a long dialogue when you first eat and you're tired. One of the things that I do find through my eating habits, etc., is a lack of energy, a lack of motivation to actually do anything, which includes not wanting to do anything about it. It also can increase poor mental health, which is one of the other topics that I've discussed recently, especially young people's mental health. If you change your diet, if you change the amount you exercise, if you do things that you find fun, then you will find, hopefully, that you have more energy and more motivation and you don't sound breathless constantly like I do. It is a very expensive thing to do to have different surgeries, especially if you have to go private, if you aren't able to do it on the NHS. I don't know at this moment in time, without researching it myself for my own personal reasons, whether or not the NHS would actually do the surgeries that I would like to have done, because I think that I would have to meet certain requirements like the improvement of my mental health to a certain degree and maybe losing weight and things like that to be able to have these surgeries performed. I know a few years ago when I was living in Leicestershire, I had an operation on my nose called a septoplasty, which is basically just scraping cartilage from the inside of your nose, which didn't actually do anything other than make me able to produce extra air out of my nose, but I still don't have a sense of smell or anything. I also think that my diet and lack of exercise probably contributes to the rash-like appearance that I have on my face, which may or may not be rosacea or some other form of skin condition that can be caused by diet and lack of exercise and the diet that you have. What else? There are some other things that I could get changed. I could have had braces to sort out the shape of my teeth. Yeah, apparently the roof of my mouth is more shaped like kind of like a church steeple from what they said. My teeth on the top are all pushed kind of forward, so and I had like the palate, I think it's called, possibly, that's in your throat. Not entirely sure on that. I'd have to look up. I'd have to research the names of the things. But the thing that's like dangles just above your throat, I had a hole in that apparently, which might the shape of my teeth and that might be what contributes to the fact that I don't necessarily say my S's the same way as other people, so that might be considered a slight speech impediment. So I would possibly like to have my teeth straightened and cleaned up properly so that they're not all continuing to fall apart as they are. What else? I'd also like to have, I had an accident when I was 18 and trapped the big toe on my right foot in a door, so with the toenail on that needs sorting, and since living in this flat in the last 2-3 years, I think it's 3 years now, I accidentally dropped the edge of a drawer from my old bed on my other big toe, so bam, that caused some slight damage to the big toenail on that foot. I wish there was something that could be done about the shape of my fingers. They kind of slot together kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. I'm not sure if that's from birth and they've just developed that way. there are lots of little nitpicky things that I would like to change about my body. Like I said, some of that can be cured by diet and exercise rather than surgery, liposuction, that kind of thing. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to reinforce from previous videos what I've said about body image, that the way you look, you can do something about it if you want, not necessarily with surgery, but that you should actually try your best to be happy with how you look. There's a reason why you look like that. Not all of it is because of things that have happened to your body and the things that you do to your body. Some of those things are, you're meant to look like that. So if you have what they call bat wings or bingo wings, if you have cellulite, if you've got a big bum or a small chest, if you've got a broken nose and dodgy teeth, and you constantly feel like you need to dye your hair and do all kinds of things like I do, and if you constantly look tired, like you've got shopping bags under your eyes and crow's feet and all that stuff, some of these things are just things that naturally come with age, and as part of mental health conditions you can suffer from insomnia if your brain doesn't close down at night and you're constantly thinking. I mean, currently it is 1:24 AM and I would be asleep if I didn't sleep. Kind of my days in reverse, which is one of the things that helps to cause a lack of motivation, etc. And it's sitting around just playing games and making YouTube videos and stuff. I mean, I do go out. You've seen the fact that there are some videos where I go out and I do stuff, but I mainly seem to be just doing it so I can come home and upload it as YouTube videos. I hope that I do my best. The words on the screen that I'm looking at right now say, I want to have surgery but I'm scared and it is expensive. This is true. There are so many things that I would like to have, possibly on the NHS or otherwise, changed about me. But it is scary. You have to go for consultations and they have to talk about all kinds of things, etc. And you may end up changing your mind anyway. And as I said, if you end up having to go private or you end up having to borrow the money to be able to do this, it's quite expensive, and then having to pay that money back if you've got it from a loan company, or even if you've borrowed money and saved it up from a social fund or something, it's still I mean, the money that you get from a social fund now, you don't get enough to be able to afford to have surgery to increase your chest size or decrease the how big your nose might be, or the shape of your lips, or your cheekbones and things like that. There's creams like the cream that I bought that can help reduce issues like with your skin and stuff like that if you're suffering from eczema or something. There's probably a heck of a lot more things that I wanted to discuss that I don't like about myself, but not liking yourself could possibly be something that you need some therapy to deal with. I know that bullying through school is what not only caused me to go to school less and less, but got me into the mindset of I ended up believing everything that was said about me by the people at school. I don't know if they saw me now, if they would want to apologise for all the things they said that have contributed to me feeling the way that I do. It is supposed to give you a thicker skin to a degree, so that it is like water off a duck's back. For many people, when people say things that you've heard over and over again said to you by bullies in school, but it isn't for everybody, and it can lead very seriously to thoughts of suicide. And many people that have been bullied, both those that are still young, that were still in school, and many of us that I've left school many years ago, it does continue to have an effect, and you could find yourself being bullied in other places as well, like the workplace, or by certain individuals that don't quite understand um, support in groups that you go to and things like that. I'm not attacking any particular groups that I go to, I'm not saying anything, but we know that there's individuals that, regardless of what kind of group they attend, will still attack you if you don't agree with them about something or whatever, or it's just that kind of personality that they naturally come across as bullying. But anyway, I know the videos have been coming more and more serious recently. There hasn't been an awful lot of fun videos, just me breathlessly talking into the camera about different subjects. I am hoping to amalgamate, I think that's a good word, all the 4 channels that I currently have. Magic reviews, book reviews, as is Raw Edge, which is serious topics, which is what the majority of the videos on Buzzing Vlogs now are. Travel with Buzzing Vlogs, obviously I'll be going to Summer in the City in August, so all the stuff from me there will be going on Buzzing Vlogs, so that kind of my Travel with Buzzing Vlogs thing. If you like what I've been doing, and you're not feeling too inundated with video after video after video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave comments in the comment section, positive ones primarily. They are reviewed before they go up anyway, so if there's anything negative it won't appear in the comment section. And share it on Twitter and Facebook and any other available social media that you can actually share it to. Thank you very much for listening to my video, and I will see you soon, obviously.